Alright, so I've just come out of seeing Sonic Movie 3, and alright, guys, this is peak. Alright, so getting straight into the video, here's a small plot summary. And as you guys have probably noticed, my microphone sounds way more better now because I've switched back to my old one because the newer one sucks. But yeah, alright, so Team Sonic reunites once again to defeat the ultimate life form, Shadow, who was trapped for 50 years and seeks revenge on the human race. To take down this threat, Team Sonic might need help from their worst enemy, Robotnik, and on the way, he might reunite with some family. Well, that's the best summary I could give of the film without spoilers. Now on to the positives. Alright, so one of the main positives I have for this film is that it doesn't have a human side plot or anything, and it focuses more on the important parts of the film. Another positive, and kind of negative because I'm not sure how to feel about this, but after the title card plays, the film kind of gets straight to the point. It only takes like 7 minutes after the title card to actually get into the main idea of the film, which is Sonic and the team getting to Tokyo. Which, now thinking about it, is probably a good thing. Probably the biggest positive I can give about this film is that the third act is literally peak cinema. The third act is astonishing and is the main reason I'm going back to see the film. One last positive, because I have to stop this video, or otherwise I will have to talk about this topic for like 50 minutes, is that the fight scenes are epic. They're literally so good. They're literally something from Dragon Ball Z, bro. And honestly, I have to skip the negatives because the most negatives I have, which I don't really have that many, are mainly spoilers kind of stuff. So I can't mention them here because this is a spoiler-free review. So yeah, just have to skip that. And let's move on to the writing and pacing. Alright, so the writing and pacing in this film is very good. I think each character is fleshed out and the story makes sense without any plot holes, I think. And with the pacing, as I said, the film starts straight away without much filler in the beginning. The film was only an hour and an hour and 45 minutes, I believe. And honestly, this film feels a bit longer than I thought it was, which is great for me. I honestly, throughout the whole movie, I just kept looking at my watch, hoping that it would not end because it's too good. Currently, during the editing, I just found that this video is only around 4 minutes, so I need to stretch it out to at least 5 or something more minutes. So yeah, let's talk about the characters and the voice acting. And in general, I'm just going to be talking about if I like the characters or not, because it kind of relates with the writing. But yeah, I think the characters are great. I want to say my least favorite was maybe director Rockwell, because she's kind of like a hater, you know. But she's alright, and she doesn't really have much to do anyway. Honestly, I gotta admit. And yeah, the Team Sonic has a lot of development. Mainly Sonic, but at least all of them have something to do in the movie. Tails has something to do. Knuckles has something to do. They all have a role to play in the team, basically. And yeah, Eggman and Gerald, their relationship is great, but yeah, it's very good. And I hope this is not really a spoiler. I'll just mention it anyway because 3C Films mentioned it anyway. But yeah, it kind of drifts away. Eggman and Gerald's relationship kind of drifts away from Eggman and Stone's relationship, which is honestly, it might be the saddest bit of the film. I think it's more sad than Shadow and Maria's story. So, kind of, because I already know what happens there. And speaking of Shadow, let's get on to Shadow. Shadow is so cool, bro. He is just a badass character, bro. Bro, he is absolutely incredible. Keanu Reeves does such a good job with him. And I know some people might say the line delivery is kind of weird at sometimes, and I gotta admit they are kind of right, but still it's very cool. It is very cool. And Tom and Maddie, they don't have any side plots, as I said, but at least they still have something to do. And I know Randall and Rachel were marketed in this film, but I'm just gonna say this anyway. They kind of just they have a very small role to play in the movie. Yeah, I'll get into it in my spoiler review. They have a very small role to play, but still, it's good enough. But yeah, Commander Walters, he's fine. Yeah, Commander Walters is fine. He doesn't really do much. He's not even really in most of the movie anyway, so yeah, it's whatever. Alright, so I guess it's time to end the review, and my rating for this film, well, it's kind of a mixed bag. Well, not really. It's kind of a mixed rating, because hear me out. I think this film is a 10 out of 10, but realistically, I'll have to give it a 9.5 out of 10. But as a diehard fan of Sonic, I would personally say that this film is a 10 out of 10, and I will personally put this over Deadpool and Wolverine and Transformers 1, due to me enjoying the film more than those two. To critique a film, usually you have to be based on like story-wise and many other stuff, but I would give this film a 10 out of 10 based on pure enjoyment and the hype I had watching this movie. And as we already had the announcement of Sonic Movie 4, I am absolutely hyped for more, but they need to know when to stop, honestly. I think by Sonic 4, they might have to end it off there, because thing is, they might run out of ideas for characters to add, and I don't want them to end up like the Transformers franchise, but it's like a mixed bag. But yeah, stay tuned for my spoiler review, which I will break down the two post-credit scenes and in basically the whole film. And it might come out later in the week, I don't know. Hopefully it's not as late as my Transformers 1 spoiler review, which came out like almost a month after the film came out. Sorry about that. But yeah, bye guys.